Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing with us from the heart. Um, it's funny, somebody asked me yesterday, like, oh, what's Roger going to talk about? And I was like, I don't care. I just want to spend time with that man and have the Sangha spend time with him. And so, yeah, thanks for going there and talking about your real experiences and what they've taught you. Uh, and my question is this. In our tradition, in the tradition of the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, he's very clear with us that the most important aspect of our practice, of our ceremony, to use your beautiful word, is that we do it together, that we do it as a family. And so as I was listening to you sharing, I heard that every aspect of your story involved other people, that there was just family and friends and brothers in arms and on, your own children. And so I would just like to invite you to say anything else that you'd like to say about your take on community and its importance in our practice. Thank you, Roger.
Yeah. It's we live in a world. I mean, I'm looking into the eyes of the people that have their cameras on, and I see a lot of familiarity with our demographics of where we live, how old we are, how long, how many trips around the sun we've had, I just think growing up, we all had our tribe, like we had that tribe of friends and people in our lives. And it's unfortunate that, like technology, it feels almost like we're so much more connected now than ever, but we all feel lonely, through our experiences. And that's a sad thing, and it's just so beautiful that we can connect in such a simple way, through, a Zoom meeting, and then actually open our hearts and connect through our emotions. Again, I mentioned that our emotions, our, are the most true thing about ourselves. That is the most valuable and true thing about our humanity and our human expression, our lives, is the way that we feel. And Brother Dave and I were talking right before we got on the Zoom, of just how important it is to have affirmation in our lives. And I think that's the thing that our loved ones, that our friends, that our tribe give us, is affirmation that the things that we're doing in our lives have value and meaning. And man, I could talk for hours on the benefit of tribe. It's like, even when you look from my paradigm I'm speaking from the paradigm of a combat veteran, right? So, we don't fight for love of God or country or ideology. You're fighting for the man and woman next to you. You're fighting for your life. You're fighting, sometimes horribly out of fear, but, sharing life experiences and having tribe is it's as essential as drinking water and sleeping. We need people in our lives. And there's so many there's so many beautiful quotes. Some of the things that my consciousness goes through right now is, uh show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. I think that's really profound, and it's just like the people that we surround ourselves with, that is what we become, because we're reflecting the things that we admire, that we're reflecting the things that where we want to go, what we want to be, what our ideologies are, what we find sacred. And that's what I think so beautiful about this Sangha, where you guys are together, you're sharing, that thirst for life, the mindfulness, it's like to connect to reality, whatever that is, in a deeper sense. And I think that we're all struggling with what we want our lives to be about, and whether we're in that very extreme world of combat or daily living, this is still our lives. This is the way that we're experiencing our life. We're all going to die. You know, we're living, we're flesh. We see ourselves age. Every time I look in a mirror, I'm like, wow, who is that old man? Because I'm that 12-year-old boy riding his BMX bike. I don't recognize the gray hair and the way that my body hurts, but it's like, to come together and to share those human emotions. It's an affirmation that we're just experiencing this transient thing of life. And I think that that's so beautiful, to share that together with each other. what other meaning does it have? If we're sharing that in isolation, what's the point? And to share our stories, to find beautiful, creative ways to articulate our human experience. I think that's why we're here. And that's, I've connected so deeply with creativity. Some people will say, oh, I'm not creative. It's like the way you tie your shoes, the way you go and make yourself coffee, the way that you wake up in the morning, that's all filled in by your creativity. You're living in and inhibiting the world in a creative sense. Just like that raven would decorate its nest with colorful things. Look around us. Look at our walls. Look at the way that we're expressing life. We are life expressing itself. And I think to share that with human beings is a very profound and beautiful thing. And sometimes we can further isolate and just want to be around people that reflect our opinions and thoughts and beliefs. But again, what I kind of resonated earlier is comfort's the lie. Like, be around people that cause you to question the way that you feel and think. It's like we need to allow that discourse to change who we are. It's like none of us have any of this figured out. We're all experiencing this for the first time. Where we are right now in this moment is vulnerable, it's real, and it's transient. And I think, just allowing ourselves to be vulnerable together is a very beautiful thing. In whatever ceremony we may pick that up on, whether that's exercising together or eating meals together or sharing intimacy, or to, just to write beautiful things and share those beautiful things that we write or paint or create with each other. Again, those are just affirmation. And I think think of the word connectivity, when we feel connection to someone, think of all the things that you feel connected to right now. And now let's take a moment and let's change that word connection and let's use the word love instead of connection. It's the same thing, and that takes courage. It takes courage to love. It takes courage to be loved. But I think that communion with self and others and those affirmations that we need is profound.